Dann gucken wir mal rein, was der so macht.
The watchmakers a lot because it's something I want like kids to aspire to be. There's only so little left in this world. They're like samurais. We can't let the samurais die. We gotta have kids want to become watchmakers.
Sehr, sehr interessant, was er gerade sagt. Ne, Uhrmacher quasi, dass das ausstirbt. Und ich muss sagen, Uhrmacher, wenige Leute wollen Uhrmacher sein. Das stimmt schon, ne?
My name is Luigi Villaseñor. I'm creative director and CEO of Rude. Been a watch collector since I was a little boy, 7 years old, 7 years old. I have a photo where I'm wearing a Power Rangers watch, and I collected Batman, Power Ranger, you know, things that I could beg my parents for. It was like a superhero gadget to me. And then I went to go, you know, wear my father's like Cartier tanks and Raymond Weil or whatever, like all these different watches that he collected, definitely not with his permission.
Seht ihr, da hat auch schon eine Generation der anderen Generation das weitergegeben. Ne? Uhren, was wir auch da sehen, sind für die Ewigkeit.
Yeah, I would put him on in his bedroom, linger around to see if he'd notice, toss, you know, the trash. If he wouldn't notice, pretty soon, like the trash turned into, I'm gonna go out with my friends. I gotta level up. I can't keep wearing, I can't keep wearing Power Ranger watches.
Alter, bei ihm geht's direkt richtig los, oder was? Mit einer Tutti Frutti. Das ist eine Yachtmaster, die habe ich bis jetzt einmal gehabt, mit Saphirstein außenrum, ähnlich wie bei der Rainbow.
This watch that I'm wearing is a Rolex nicknamed Tutti Frutti, but it's actually a Rolex Yachtmaster. And it's named Tutti Frutti because of the various crystals on it, diamonds, rubies, and all the other fun stuff. The favorite thing about this watch, it is a large statement piece, but meant for something sport, kind of a direct reference to what I do with Rude, where we disrupt luxury with sportswear references. I feel like Thanos with all the crystals. I feel like I've got all the superpowers in the world.
Thanos erinnert mich
I mean,
das,
I'd wear this to a GQ interview.
Factory ist das.
You know?
Das Factory.
I've worn it in Lake Como summertime. Took a Aperol spritz in the middle of the lake and listened to music. It's waterproof. Right. It looks like it shouldn't be waterproof.
Na klar, Yachtmaster. Alter, was? Absolute Grey Watch. Übrigens, falls ihr euch interessiert, ja, diese Form kommt euch so bekannt vor, ne? Ey, ich weiß auch nicht. Also ich weiß auch nicht, woran mich diese Form so erinnert, ne? Also, was soll man dazu sagen? Also, grüß Gott ist, naja, da muss wohl irgendwie, ich weiß auch nicht, also, ja, das ist irgendwie Casio Oak. Ja, Casio Oak. Maurice Lacroix. Maurice Lacroix könnte auch sein, ja. Könnte auch sein. Ich weiß auch nicht genau, woran mich das Ganze erinnert, aber ja. Time is not refundable, würde ich sagen, Jungs, ne? Absolut krasse, geisteskranke Uhr. Wirklich geisteskranke Uhr.
This is a Audemars Piguet perpetual calendar.
Sehr, sehr
I think it would be
seltene
the
Uhr.
grandfather of the skeleton AP. Skeleton would mean, you know, when a watch is skeletonized, it exposes all the inner workings of the movement.
Mega.
And this was one of the first with the perpetual calendar, which tells the day, the
Übrigens, das Movement, was hierfür genommen wird, ist einzigartig hergestellt. Also man ist nicht so, wie ihr euch vorstellt, man kann einfach von der Uhr das Zifferblatt wegnehmen und dann sieht das so aus.
month,
Nein.
the date. Like what? The fact that it has like that moon and like that's showstopper. This feels like Doctor Strange of watches. First thing I think of when I look at this watch is Pharrell Frontin video. That girl had the BBCT because that BBCT to me changed the way I looked at clothes.
Aber nur als Pharrell Williams das damals getragen hat, die Uhr, hat sowas gekostet, vielleicht 30 Mille. Heute kostet so eine Uhr über 200.000 Euro. Easy.
I was like, wow. That minute that happened, we're like, wow, this is a new era of streetwear. I got a great deal. A buddy of mine was, you know, I hate that it has to be that way, but he was strapped for cash. And I was like, well, I need that watch. And he didn't even like it. He didn't even really wear it, and he didn't understand.
I need that watch. Das sage ich übrigens auch oft. I need that watch. Also ich muss sagen, ich freue mich auf die Cartier, die nächste Woche kommt in Platin, die Nummer 5 von 100. Freue ich mich.
The importance of it. Boom. The Christie's just put one up, and now it just skyrocketed the value of it. I wouldn't sell it back to him. Not a chance. Dude, I got a story where I was at Jay's office, and I had this whole fit, right? And I was wearing this watch. And Jay's got the craziest collection. I'm in the office, and we're talking. He's so quick. He sees my watch. And I'm like, yeah. Next day, he's at the game with this watch.
Nein!
This guy.
Alter, hat er direkt zugeschlagen. Hat JC direkt gesagt, schöne Uhr. Nächsten Tag, batz, Junge, hat er die direkt sich geschnappt.
Can't win against that. No way. I like the metal band. I can't break the Filipino out of me, bro. We just love gold, you know? Steel like performs best in the market, aftermarket, sell through, all that. But the gold in me is just like, right, why is that? Damn.
Oh,
We just wind it.
schwierige
So this
Uhr.
is manual
Schwierige
winding.
Uhr.
It's so weird, right? This is a concept AP, one of the first concepts that Audemars Piguet.
Aber seht ihr, guck mal, kleines Handgelenk, ne? Die Uhr passt ihm kaum. Also ich sag mal so, ich finde die Uhr cool, ich finde auch die Gehäuseform cool. Meine Lieblingsuhr ist quasi die allererste, die da rausgekommen ist.
Made. This was a dream watch of mine. You know how car companies have their concept cars, the way the future will look like? This is one of the concepts that Audemars Piguet put together. I look at this watch and I think about just the tedious handwork that, you know, the watchmaker had to do just to create this movement. There's only two things I think with such steady hands, a brain surgeon or a watchmaker. I like to look at the watches as I'm designing, and this is something that I think will be the reference point to the designs for what I'm doing next. At one point, this was the pinnacle of watchmaking, but the game evolves, and this still to me stands as the best. It's like a Batmobile on the wrist.
Batmobile
I think I
trifft's
take
eigentlich
this
ganz
watch
cool.
off more than I wear it because I like looking at it as a whole.
Do you get compliments on this watch?
No. no. Do I get? No, I feel like guys compliment me more than women do. They're like,
Alter, Frauen interessieren sich dafür null.
it's a great watch. Girls are like, so big.
5980.
Patek is the greatest brand ever created. This is a 5980 1R. Patek Philippe to me speaks
Brutale Sammlung, ne? Brutale Sammlung hat der
luxury
Herr.
at the utmost. I think they believe in the proper watchmaking that they do, and I think by design they make the best dress watches. Given that this isn't a dress watch, but yeah.
What kind of watch is it?
This is a sport watch. I don't even know. Maybe I think it's for sailing. I don't know. I can't sit up here and lie. I don't know what this watch is meant for, but this was my 30th. Yeah, I don't even. I try not to say 30th, but this is my birthday gift. This watch is special because it influences the way I act. Two most sought out watches is probably skeleton. Either one of the skeletons, open work, perpetual, and then this, the 5980.
Oh,
This is a Rolex GMT. It's
That's-
called a Batman. It's a 2020, one of my steel collections. And this is a new project that I'm working on called Rework, R-H-E work. It's me curating a selection of watches that I'm really passionate
macht er jetzt auch so ein bisschen was mit Uhren, okay?
about or have grown real close to. Just adding a little slight design detail that I think should have been done to the watch. Better than the original, but maintaining the heritage and the real design value of it. It's the Singer of watches, I guess. Porsche Singer of watches. I go back to that kid that used to wear the Batman watches and Power Rangers, and I think the most iconic Batman colors would be black, blue, and yellow, but they tend to skip out on the yellow. So we
okay.
made this watch, and this to me is the better Batman. This is like the
guck mal.
80s Batman version of it. Ties it back to the yellow drawstring that we do for Rude. We obviously
Muss ich sagen, gefällt mir jetzt gar nicht mal so sehr, ne? Also, wäre jetzt tatsächlich nicht meins. Also, ich finde es für ihn natürlich find's cool, dass er solche Projekte macht, weil das zeigt auch wieder, das eröffnet mal wieder mehr dieses Nischenprodukt Uhren für mehr Leute. Ich finde es cool, dass er sich damit beschäftigt. Mein persönlicher Taste ist das quasi jetzt nicht. Also, das Batman-Gelb wäre auch, glaube ich, ein etwas knalligeres Gelb, aber wird schon seinen Sinn da drin haben, ne? Wird schon gut sein.
work with an 80 to take out the movement, but then for the GMT, because everything is all kind of intertwined, we have to be so tedious with it. And then I was either going to hand paint the dials and do the whole thing, but since this was the first watch we were going to do the project on, I was a little nervous. I don't know, you buy a Porsche, a 72 Porsche, air cooled, and then you just try to mess with the inside, and then you just destroy the whole inside. And you gotta buy a new engine, blah, blah, blah. And it's not the same watch anymore. It still speaks to the watch collectors, but it's personalized for me. And this is the second of the, how many did we do? 4 or 5? Yeah, 4 or 5 of the reworks.
Day-Date.
This is a Stella Dial Day-Date Rolex.
1803.
It's a vintage. First watch I ever purchased. The band was so flimsy that, like when you put it like this, it was like, and I just decided to part ways with it. It was a presidential band. And so we put a leather strap because leather straps are 10 times better than metal straps. I think they're way classier. Beyond the strap, we just we changed the dial to Stella because it just was champagne dial, and then we did it into a blue Stella dial and engraved Rude in the back. Reworked, one of one. But yeah, this reminds me of the days where I made my first money with Rude, and I spent the whole thing on watches and cars. Without a business manager, I was like, how much did I make? Buy the whole thing, you know? And then you're like, wait, I'm back to zero. So there was a time where I was like, man, I'm about to part ways with you to get back what what I just spent. I can't part ways with it yet. You know, these are watches that I have real relationships with, you know? They're a part of me. So for me to part ways with them would be like me telling you to part ways with your favorite shirt.
Ja, Leute, so ist das. Man hat eine spezielle Beziehung. Victoria, wie geht's? Ja, Essen, ja.